guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be Adele's makeup look from the Brit Awards. It was kind of like the pre-Brit Awards because I think she got changed and I think that her makeup changed just slightly. So this is kind of like a gold shimmery eye with lots of big full lashes and then just a red lip. So let's get started. So because I've recently done my everyday makeup look, I just thought I'd kind of skip the base part. But just to let you know, the products that I've already got on are the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation, and I just used that with the Real Techniques buffing brush and a beauty blender. And then I've just done a little bit on my eyebrows of the Anastasia Dip Down Promenade, and I've got this in the shade dark brown, although it is just a little bit too light for my brows, but I'm quite fortunate because I don't really have to fill them in. There's just kind of like a few little gaps at the front, so I've just run that through with a Real Techniques fine liner brush. So it's just got a really tiny little brush on the end, and it just kind of helps me just create tiny little strokes instead of just kind of, if I put too much on, it can look really dark and really blocky. So just try and do it with a really light hand and just kind of rub it through with my fingertips. So I'm going to start with eyes, and I believe I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier. I'm kind of going to wing it a little bit and see how I feel, but I've got to hand the Laura Mercier Twinkling Star, which is just a single eyeshadow, and it just looks like this. It's just like a really pretty kind of shimmery champagne colour. And then I'm probably going to do a base of MAC's All That Glitters, which just looks like this. They're both very similar, but this is kind of like got a bit more of a pinkiness to it, kind of like a rosy champagne colour. And then I've also got with me the Naked 3 palette, because I think I'm just going to use this as kind of like a base colour, and then I might run a little bit of this underneath the eye. So let's start with that. So I'm actually going to start by priming my lids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, which just looks like this. I used this in my last kind of makeup-y video, and I'm just going to take just the tiniest little drop on there and just run it over the lids, and that's enough for both eyelids because you really don't need a lot of this. It's quite expensive stuff, so just use it sparingly. And then I'm just going to take the colour Strange, which is this one in the corner here, and just take it with the brush that comes with the Naked 3 palette, and I'm just going to dust that all over the lid as like a base shade. And then after that I'm just going to take MAC's All That Glitters, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques base shadow brush, which just looks like this. Is a nice fluffy brush. I'm just going to put that on the brush, give it a little tap off, and just gently just wash that over the lid. Right, now I've done the MAC All That Glitters, I'm just going to take the same brush, which is Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm just going to go in with the Laura Mercier Twinkling Star. And this is just kind of going to just really golden that up a little bit more than it is at the moment, because it's quite a subtle colour that she's got on the lids, but it's just kind of like a nice shimmery gold. After that I'm just going to take my number 7 eyelash curlers, and I'm just going to just quickly give them a little curl. Anything too... Well, I don't like to hold them on too long because I just don't like the idea of my eyelashes falling out. After my eyeshadow I'm just going to follow up with a really kind of easy simple wing, and I'm going to be using the Rimmel Glam Eyes eyeliner, which is just like a really nice thin nib. So if you see, it just kind of looks really thin, and it's just extra easy for kind of getting a bit of precision. So when I do my eyeliner, I like to start in the middle. I'm just going to take my mirror down for this, sorry. And I just like to work my way out. actually going to apply some false eyelashes, and these I bought actually out of a professional kind of wholesale beauty place, and they're called Salon System Natural Lash with extra definition on the outer corner, and they're for extra texture. And the box just looks like these. I'll see if I can find a link down below, because these are really good lashes actually. They're really easy to apply, and they give a great effect. And I'm just going to use the Eyelure glue, and I'm just going to take just the tiniest slither of glue along the lash line, and then I'm just going to take a pair of tweezers and stick these on. So this gives just like a really nice extra bit of volume to the lashes. I'm just going to let that sit. You should try and let these kind of dry clear before you try and stick these on, otherwise the glue is going to go all over your eyeliner. So I'm just going to take them with my tweezers like that, and then I'm just going to marry it up with my, bring my mirror a little bit closer, with my eyelash line. Okay, so I've now done my lashes and they're looking all lovely and full, so I'm just going to run very, very quickly, because she has kind of like a black liner underneath and then kind of like just like smoked out a little bit. So I'm going to use the Bourjois Effect Smoky, but I've got this in a brown shade because that's kind of what suits me the best. I find black a little bit too harsh, so I'm just going to run this underneath the eyelashes. And this is actually a really great really soft pencil, so it's just really easy for kind of like smoking things out. And it also has like this brush on the end which helps you kind of just rub it all in. So now I'm just going to smoke it out with this end here. I'm just going to drag it really lightly. Kind of makes my eyes water a little bit. And then for cheeks, her cheeks are just a very, very subtle glow. So I'm going to take the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, of course, my favourite palette ever. And I think I'm actually going to take the end shade, which is Luminous Flush. And it's this kind of like peachy, champagne-y, goldy one here. I'm just going to take this on the Real Techniques blush brush, just very subtly tap off any excess and just do the apples of my cheeks. And a bit beyond. And then there's not kind of like an awful lot more colour after that, but I am just going to go in a little bit, sorry, with the NARS Illuminator in Coco Cabana, just for a little extra sheen. And I'm just going to take this on the back of my hand, and I really do not take an awful lot of this. I've literally got that much, so it's this little thing here. And I'm just going to go on with my finger, and I'm just going to take it down the nose a little bit, along the cheekbones. And just on the cupid's bow. So the final part of this look is the lips, and they are really, really red. So I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Red Carpet Red Lipstick, and the shade just looks like this. It's just a really, really classic kind of berry red, I would say, almost. And I'm just going to kind of line my lips first with it, and then I'm going to fill in. I'm just going to finish off the eyes. I'm just going to take a little bit of Dark Side from the Naked 3 palette, which is this one here, and I'm going to take it on Body Shop eyeshadow brush. And I'm literally just going to dust it right underneath, right in the outer corners, just to kind of connect it all up. And then just to make the eyes kind of pop a little bit more, I'm going to take the Kryolan for Glossy Box highlighter, which is kind of something that I got in a Glossy Box ages ago. I'm just going to take it on a brow brush by Real Techniques, which just looks like this. And literally, oh, it's kind of dried up a little bit. I'm just going to take it right in the inner corner. just kind of like for a little bit of extra highlight. Her look is quite glossy on the lips, so I'm just going to take a boutique lip gloss, which is something that I got from Sainsbury's, and this is in the colour Don't Gloss Me Around. It's just like a really, really red gloss. And over the top. I'm just going to put that. And there we have it, guys. That's the completed look for my Adele inspired Brit Awards 2016, kind of like 4 eyes, big red lips makeup look. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys again soon.